Hello everyone, welcome back to the 2v2 Warhammer battle. This is going to be the Wood Elves and the Greenskins versus two Dwarf players. So since we're playing against two Dwarf players, I was like, gonna have to deal with artillery and, can't be Dwarves. So I wanted to have a little fun with it, so I took 6 Glade Guard with Starfire Shafts, a front line of Eternal Warriors, or Eternal Guard, and then 4 Treekin backed up by a male Glade Lord, because why not, and then a Branch Wraith with Pendulum Spell, Heal Spell, and her buff. My ally took an army. I guess this is a weird deployment. We have 2 Night Goblin Archers, 2 Trolls, 3 Orc Biggins in total, a Savage Orc Biggin, 2 Orc Boar Boys, a Goblin Wolf Rider led by Grimgore, 2 Doomdiver Catapults, and a group of Black Orcs that's being focused down by cannons currently. For the enemy Dwarf players, we have 4 cannons in total, 4 Thunderers in total, 2 Grombrindles, 3 Runesmiths, and then the rest of this army is going to be Warriors Trying to Fire Past, the Grumbling Guard, Norgling Siren Breakers, and a Brimstone Gyrocopter with a bunch of Dwarves in the front line. And then for this one, we have a bunch of Longbeards, 2 Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, and then a couple Miners with blasting charges, and again, double Brindles, and then 3 Runesmiths in total, and we have 1 Quarter here. And that's going to be the army. So my plan here is just to overwhelm this Dwarf's left flank, so I'm going to be getting into position like this, and then just peppering them, and my ally is going to get kind of hammered here by all these Dwarf cannons. The Black Orc and the Trolls are really the only thing in their army that deal massive amounts of damage to Dwarves. The Orc Boar Boys they do technically have armor piercing, but Orc Boar Boys, listen, they suck. They are not worth the price, straight up, that you have to pay for Orc Boar Boys. They're terrible. But they can, in theory, on the charge for about 10-15 seconds, they can deal some damage to Dwarves. It is possible with their pretty decent charge bonus. So again, I'm just going to get in position. We're going to slam into the Dwarfs' flank. You can see they're pulling their Dwarf Warriors over here to try and get a front line like this, as their cannons continue to pound my allies' Black Orcs and then the Orc Boar Boys. Doomdiver Catapult is going to start going down, trying to deal some damage to these cannons, I think. Yeah, trying to do some damage to the cannons. Also, I guess these Longbeards. Kind of fast forward here. Also, I'm not entirely sure, but my ally is just walking forward. You can really run like this short of a distance if you're worried about losing your vigor. This short of a run isn't really that big of a deal. You don't really save much just by walking. In fact, you're doing yourself a disfavor when facing off against a bunch of artillery and you're just getting hammered. You see the Trolls getting hammered, these guys getting hammered, and again the Orc Boys. Goblin Wolf Riders come around for the flank. Goblin Wolf Riders, not necessarily a great pick against Dwarves. Their armor is too thick for them to really do too much. Even like their basic Quarrelers are kind of too beefy for Goblin Wolf Riders to deal with. But right now, we're going to get assaulted by the Gyrocopter with Brimstone Guns, so we're going to focus them down with some of our archers. Other archers putting some damage down on the cannons. And I'm going to try and get 2 Eternal Guard and 1 of our Treekin to pierce this line of Dwarf Warriors, and we're going to try and tie up their back line here. After we deal with the cannons, we're going to switch targets to their more important targets, which would be, I think we start targeting the Grumbling Guard after that. We're going to have a Pendulum Spell going down here, trying to assist against the Warriors Trying to Fire Past and Longbeards. It does okay damage, I guess. Got some of my units in there as well. And I'm trying to spread out our melee buffs, because both these Glade Lord and the Branch Wraith have a +8 to melee attack to units around them, so I'm trying to make sure that they are separated for this part of the battle. And again, we're trying to just pierce the front line to tie up against the cannons and these Thunderers. Not the Norgling Siren Breakers. Meanwhile, over here, of the Goblin Riders are going to walk right in front of a Thunderer and get shot the fuck up. Excellent use of Goblin Wolf Riders. Trolls are going to move ahead of the rest of the army, and they are also going to get shot the fuck up. Meanwhile, back here, we have Grombrindle taking out some of my Treekin. I think I may drop a heal spell here soon, but this Treekin is going to try and go around, and I believe either get into the cannon. No, this Treekin is going to go up here and assist the Eternal Guard against these Thunderers. This Eternal Guard, I think, goes over to the cannons that have been pummeled by my Glade Guard. And after we deal with that, then we're going to switch up to the Grumbling Guard. Meanwhile, the front line of Treekin and Eternal Guard doing okay against the Longbeards and Dwarf Warriors that have been mixed in here. Actually, I guess just the Longbeards for the most part that are left. There were a couple Dwarf Warriors here. And again, trying to spread the melee attack of the Glade Lord and the Branch Wraith, doing what we can, but this Eternal Guard is starting to falter, so I'm may have to run interference with this Glade Lord. Meanwhile, over here, my allies' army is still walking forward. We finally get a charge of the Trolls, unsupported by their infantry. So they're going to run right into a massive amount of Miners with blasted charges, try and get to the Trolls, but now we have some melee forces moving up here, which is great. These Trolls are already routing, which is awesome. And then back over here, doing some damage to the Warriors Dragon Fire Pass and the Longbeards that are over here that were about to get through my Eternal Guard. Meanwhile, our Branch Wraith is supporting the Tree Cannon Eternal Guard over here against the Norgling's Ironbreaker. So I'm just trying to tie down right now as I continue to try to destroy the 2 Thunderers. You can see we have these routing, we're going to have these routing, and we already routed the 2 cannons as well. So we got rid of most of those squishy targets. And so now it's a matter of trying to take out the more threatening targets that they have left. So we have focused down the Warriors Dragon Fire Pass. Again, next turn, I think we're going to start firing against the Grumbling Guard. My allies' melee forces are finally getting into position as the slow walk. These Thunderers have a very good field of fire against these Orc Boys, who should probably charge them, because these guys are out in the open. They're like, there's nothing there protecting them, but these Orc Boys are going to get shot the F up by the Thunderers, who just kind of casually walk forward, so that's cool. Meanwhile, back over here, we have routed those Warriors Dragon Fire Pass, routed these Longbeards. We are currently being chased by a group of Dwarf Warriors, so we're going to try and hold them in place with the Glade Guards and Shriekin and make sure that these Glade Guards do not get engaged with the Dwarf Warriors. So we're going to try and time down there because we need these Glade Guards to do a lot of damage, because I'm looking over here and I'm like, that's my thought. Meanwhile, over here, we still have Shriekin and Eternal Guard routing these Thunderers. I believe I'm going to pull off these Shriekin to go into these Thunderers because they came back from routing as we're being chased by Grom Brindle. So what I'm currently worried about right now is going to be the Norgling's Ironbreakers, and I'm going to be, again, focusing the Grumbling Guard. I'm actually going to flank out some Glade Guard to try and shoot them in the sides, because we don't have really great angles from this position, as we route this other Dwarf Warrior over here. Meanwhile, my ally, their Night Goblins are about to get engaged by a Dwarf Warrior with great weapons, so they are not really going to be able to resist this type of threat for too long, and we have more reinforcements walking up. Goblin Wolf Riders just kind of chilling out there. They kind of took their damage and they don't really want to come back. Doom Driver Catapults have at least used up most of the ammunition. They have silenced 1 cannon so far. They've dealt some damage to the Thunderers. And now the Dwarven front line is just engaging against Grimgore Ironhide and what remains of the Black Orcs and the Orc Biggins. But you can see it may not go... Actually, it's not going too bad. The frontline battle's not going too bad. Because Grimgore is a very tough combatant, but they are going up against Grom Brindle. These cannons did get back on to... the cannon crew got back onto the cannon, so we're going to have to silence them again. So I have this archer start shooting them, and then I'm going to pull, I think, either this guy or this guy to try and finish off the cannon for good. Meanwhile, we did another salvo to these guys because they were coming back from routing, so we wanted to reroute them. And now, again, we're just dealing with the rest of the Longbeards and the Norgling's Ironbreakers and these Grumbling Guard, which are finally focusing down with the Glade Guard. At speed! I do have my hero and the Branch Wraith in here to support the fight, but this is tough. I mean, Norgling's Ironbreakers are nasty. And I do have some armor piercing with the Eternal Guard, but it's not really going to be that much. And honestly, I don't really want to fight the Norgling's Ironbreakers. I'm seeing my ally just kind of start losing their battle here. So here very soon, I'm going to start devoting forces to try and assist my ally, and I'm going to just run away from Grom Brindle, who's going to be chasing my Glade Guard here, then he's going to chase my Glade Guard here, so I'm just going to run, because there's no reason to engage Grom Brindle. He's super slow, we're super fast, so why would I ever engage in melee? So he's just going to actually follow one of our Glade Guard for a very long time, so that's kind of getting him out of the battle for a little while. And again, here we are routing the Grumbling Guard, so I think from here we're going to take this momentum and we're just going to start sending units over here, including these 2 Glade Guard are going to go over here to try and support my ally who's being chased off the field at this point. Some of the units have come back from routing, but they have taken a heavy beating from the Thunderers still remaining here, and there's another one here that was just firing into whatever the hell it wanted to because it wasn't being threatened. Cannon firing into whatever the hell it wanted to because it wasn't being threatened. Quarler's still doing okay. Grom Brindle was duking it out against Grimgore, but now he's just going to disengage to go after these Night Goblin Archers who are about to die. Over here, we are rerouting some Longbeards, Shriekin, and the Glade Guard, or Glade Lord, and then I think we send these 2 over here. And now I'm just going to start disengaging from these Ironbreakers because they're also a very slow unit. I will leave, I think, maybe 1 or 2 Shriekin, but I'm going to try and disengage because my ally really needs some assistance over here. And again, Grom Brindle just chasing a Glade Guard, so I'm just like, yeah, whatever, you can keep chasing him. We're just taking some pot shots here. That's because I have them on fire at will, which I probably should have taken off. Meanwhile, these guys are going to be moving up here. I just rerouted these group of Thunderers that came back, so I'm going to be moving these Glade Guard over here. Luckily, Grimgore is still alive, and some Trolls are still alive, even though they take a lot of damage, but now they're going to get into it with Grom Brindle and the Miners and Longbeards that still remain. The Quarrelers have used up most of their ammunition, which is not something you want, as have the Thunderers and this group of Cannons, which again is really bad. They're just firing into the back of these Savage Orc Biggins who aren't really re-engaging. Goblin Wolf Riders are finally coming back, but they are walking. Didn't notice that in the battle. But anyway, going to do what I can here, and we're going to throw in some Shriekin. And actually, I think I throw these Shriekin into these Thunderers because I can't afford to have the Thunderers firing into my Shriekin for long. But unfortunately, they are going to get salvo off, and these guys are going to rout. Glade Lord going in here to try and silence these Thunderers as best as we can. And we're just trying to get reinforcements over here, and we need to silence these Thunderers because they will destroy my Shriekin pretty quickly. Going to cast, I think, a heal spell here, actually. Yeah. Which was a mistake. I should have held off and try and catch these guys in it, but, you know, whatever. My allies' melee forces are mostly routed, but Black Orcs are going to come in here and slowly start walking forward. Grimgor is running, but he will come back as well. Now we have a massive amount of a second group of dwarves that we're going to have to contend with. But you see at this point, my Glade Guard are mostly out of ammunition. Grombrindle's still out here wasting his time chasing a Glade Guard, which is fine with me. And so now we're going to just try and focus fire into this massive melee to try and weaken the enemy's numbers, as we at the same time try to contend with the Thunderers and the crossbows. You can see they're focusing down Grimgor. These Eternal Guard are going to come back and I think silence the cannon, or maybe these Thunderers, I'm not entirely sure. Finally, the Goblin Wolf Riders get into this cannon that should have been silenced ages ago, but they're now doing the job that they were tasked with a long time ago. Getting to these Thunderers again, trying to silence them because they are one of my greatest threats. We're trying to hold off the melee force of the secondary Grombrindle, as the other Grombrindle is still chasing these Glade Guards, so we're just going to keep running because this Grombrindle is an idiot. Sorry, they are making a tactical error. Anyway, again, trying to rout these Dwarven forces. You can see a couple salvos into these miners made them rout, which is great, but we still have 2 Grombrindles to deal with. We still have, I believe, all 3 Runesmiths to deal with, even though we have dealt some damage to some of them. We managed to rout most of the Dwarven infantry, but this is still not over yet because the heroes are very dangerous. And I don't really have the heroes necessary to take them down 1v1, but at least Grimgor is still alive. Barely, but is still alive. Let's see over here. Goblins did rout that cannon, which is good, but they're not going to be rolled off the field. Trying to again silence these 2 Thunderers. We got the Shrieking in here, just holding him off with a Runesmith. And after we deal with these Thunderers, I believe we go into the crossbows, or maybe these Thunderers, I can't remember. And this Glade Guard, since Grombrindle was going to chase him, I was like, well, shit, alright, I have no ammunition anyway. So I'm going to actually melee these Glade Guard to keep these guys routing while Grombrindle chases us. So we're actually doing work while keeping Grombrindle out of the fight, because he just refuses to stop chasing these guys. Although I think here he does. I think here, finally, after chasing him like this, he finally stops. But I'm going to let these guys continue routing these infantry so they don't come back to the battle. You can see my Glade Lord now coming over here trying to silence the Thunderers. But we still do have a group of Dwarf Warriors. I need to keep the Glade Guard that have ammunition safe, so I'm going to run these Glade Guard in here to try to run interference. Going to get the Branch Raid over here to try and run interference while these guys are going to go around and then open up on the flanks of these Longbeards. Meanwhile, back here, my Treekin are finally dying to the Norgrim's Ironbreakers and this Runesmith, so they cannot hold them off any longer. Going to get these guys trying back and get to the fight. Grombrindle then decides to try to attack a second Glade Guard, so I'm like, alright, let's do it. I have no ammunition, so yeah, chase me around, that's fine. And you can see I'm still routing the forces out there. We finally routed the second Thunderer, so now we're going to get over here and try to assist Grimgor against these Quarrelers. They have no ammunition left, but they are an easy target to try and get off the field here quickly. Glade Guard finally are safe, and so I'm going to have them shoot into the back of these Longbeards because they are another big target. My hope here is we can just rout enough of the infantry that we can get them to rout, because I don't know what I can do against 2 Grombrindles and 3 Runesmiths. Like, that's just... I don't have the army for it anymore. We don't really have much of ammunition left. This Runesmith is going to catch us because I was too busy microing, I think, over here. We did rout the crossbows, and now we're going to get this force over here to try and assist against what remains of the Longbeards. Treekin are going to rout. What else is happening? We just got forces kind of all over the place. Finally, I'm going to pull these Glade Guard back. I'm going to stop chasing these guys. My hopes is that they're just so far out that the enemy won't realize that they came back. And we're just going to come back here and we're going to get into this cannon who's now back onto the cannon piece. So we're going to try and reroute them. Here we have some Warriors of Dragonfire Pass now attack Donald Grombrindle to chase this Glade Guard, which is fine with me. We're now dealing with the Longbeards over here, but now we have the Norgrim's Ironbreakers and this Runesmith coming in. I don't have much to contend with what remains of the Norgrim's Ironbreakers, but we're going to do our best. Branch Raid duking it off against Runesmith, who I think I'm going to pull her off actually and put her back into this fight. Grombrindle does peel off from the Glade Guard finally, and now it's going to try and chase off Grimgor, who lost the fight to the Runesmith. Second Grombrindle going into the Night Goblin Archers, who somehow are still around, which is honestly insane. Thunderers came back from rounding, so they're going into my Glade Guard. I'm going to try and run the Glade Guard into the Thunderers in hopes that we can rout them again. Doing a quick salvo on these Warriors Dragonfire Pass to try and rout them again. I'm trying to do a chain rout. It's really our only chance. I can't fight 2 Grombrindles, but unfortunately, the power bar is so heavily against us at this point, we are going to rout, and the Double Dwarf player is going to win the day. So good game to all. That was a tough battle. Very tough battle. Some of our Eternal Guard there got a decent amount of kills against the Dwarves. The Glade Guard, you can see they got a ton of kills against the Dwarves. Even the Glade Lord got a ton of kills against the Dwarves. Treekin did the job. They held for however long as they could, which was good. For Marcus here, their front line, the Biggins did okay. Grimgor got a ton of kills. The Black Orcs, I think, got an okay amount of kills. 58 is not bad, I guess, for being hammered very early in the game there. Trolls got a decent amount of kills. The Doom Diver Catapults also got a decent amount of kills. Unfortunately, the Orc Boar Boys didn't get to do anything, and the Savage Orcs did. Okay. God Warfighters finally did silence the cannon at the very end, so they did some stuff. For Antonio here, Grombrindle, ton of kills. Their front line of Longbeards did a good job at holding and killing. I think this was the. Who was this? This was one facing off the Orcs. So they did a good job killing the Orcs. Thunder was 78 kills, is really good. And the Cannons got a decent amount of kills as well as with the Corridors got 60. And then the one that I fought here, their Longbeards didn't fare as well. Grumbling Guard got 57 kills before we shut them down. The Iron Breakers, 91 kills is really good. Cannons still got a decent amount of kills before we were able to shut them down. Gyrocopter was shut down really quickly, and the Thunderers were shut down relatively quickly. And then Grombrindle won in a Wild Goose Chase for like half the match. But anyway, good game to everybody. Hope you enjoyed. And let's go watch a cinematic view of the battle.
Away! At speed!
Yeah, each Archive just got focused the hell down. I did not want them doing any damage to my Treekin, which is what they were targeting.
Kill them! At once! With haste! To the fire! Kados, guide us! Straight away!
I also got kicked immediately after this game was over, so I don't think the dwarves appreciated my Glade Guard spam. What probably got under their nerves is how much I was running with the Glade Guard, just kiting their forces around. Which was a viable tactic. Like, if you're going to try and run a Glade Guard down with Grombrindle for, 5 minutes of the match, that's your fault, man. That's not on me. Yeah, I think they were upset. I've never really been kicked before. I gotta say, it is really funny to watch Grombrindle chase those guys. In fact, we'll probably watch that a little bit. I'm like, maybe if you believe harder, you'll catch up to them. Maybe you will defy the stats that Creative Assembly has given you, and you will get that boost of speed that will make you catch up to them. Silly dwarf. It's not your fault you were born with short legs. Is he chasing them yet? Where is the little dude? There he is! He's over there still. Instead of rushing off to go help my ally, I probably should have just flanked around this position and shot these Iron Breakers in the back. But I wanted to try and help them when they still had forces left. I doubt spending more time making sure these guys are dead would have changed anything. Yeah, I kind of doubt it.
your command! Swiftly! We are tireless! At pace! Advancing! Understood!
But I did at least want to try and get rid of those Grumbling Guard.
We are tireless! Prepare not! The winds rise!
Where are you?
Fire!
Oh, you're still over here. He's coming.
Freeze! Now! Shoot! Death to all! We are tireless!
There he goes.
It will be done! Straight away!
Get him, Grom.
Advance! Targets!
I believe in you.
Enemy charge!
Oh, maybe you get this group instead.
Armed and ready!
Maybe I'm not paying attention. Oh, wait a minute.
Advance swiftly!
All right, man. We'll just keep going, dude.
At pace!
We'll check in on you later, dude. We'll see if you catch him.
At speed! Return us! At once!
See, like, see here, I could have just stayed there and finished them off. But again, I was seeing how my allies' army was getting kind of torn to pieces, so I thought maybe if we had some reinforcements over here, we could turn the tide.
Forward! Later!
I will say what really bugged me is watching this replay and seeing all of their units just walk everywhere.
Swiftly!
All right, let's check in on Grom Brindle. See what he's doing. All right, he has not caught them yet. Maybe soon though.
They're charging! Yes!
Just leave, buddy.
As you say!
I hear you're a natural sprinter.
Advance swiftly! Faster! No!
Silence those thunderers, Glade Lord.
At once!
Do what you can. Oh, that was a cool little maneuver. Never really watched the Glade Lord in melee. Look at that shit. Legolas over here. Oh, okay. That was rude. He likes the little roll and arrow maneuver, doesn't he? That's like his thing, his signature move. Oh, now he's off to go face off against these Thunderers.
We are tireless!
This Glade Lord did work. Shot in the face. He doesn't care. Yeah, shoot in the face multiple times. He doesn't care. I never even had to pop his potion. He had a potion of toughness. Never had to pop it. Alright, let's check in on Grom Brindle Watch.
Armed and ready!
Yep. Let's see, has he made up any ground yet? Nah, not really. That seems to be about the same. Weird. Weird.
Straight away! First up! At pace! Armed and ready!
Now, if these melee attacks with the arrows actually counted as their arrow attack, that would be awesome, because that's armor piercing. But I think it's just an animation, because these guys are out of ammo. I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure that it's not their actual arrow damage. because that would be really good. I mean, if it is their arrow damage, let me know, because I may use them more.
We are tireless! They will die! Faster!
Get him, buddy. Alright, Grumbrindle has stopped chasing that one Glade Guard, and is now chasing another. Alright, dude, maybe this one your catch. Maybe. We'll see.
Away!
Use those little legs.
At speed! Brace for impact! Onward!
Believe.
At speed! Swiftly! At pace! Straight away! At pace!
Oh! Oh! Oh, but he's chasing the other one, so he's not even... Oh, there you go. You got one. You got one, buddy. That head is gone. He's not getting up from that. And then he... then he goes back onto this one. Oh, man. This is the best part of this fight. All I had to do to knock a Grumbrindle out of the battle was just to taunt him with the Glade Guard. I would do that in every battle if every single Grumbrindle would try and chase me.
Our magic will destroy them! Swiftly! At pace! Pull back! Ever ready! With haste! Withdraw! At once! Quickly! Withdraw!
Where is he now? Is that him?
Pull back! At once!
I think that's it, right? Yeah. What I like to imagine is that Grumbrindle continue to chase these Glade Guard off the field and then just out of the wastelands. Like, he would not let them go. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.